We are live.
What's up, y'all?
Um, I am the fabulous Cole Clayton, Sniffing Glue 22, and with me I have
Ruby Red here with y'all.
this is my lovely little sister. Um, different parents, different dad.
Different dad. Although you probably wouldn't be able to tell, honestly.
Um, what's been going on with you this week? I heard you had a crazy day yesterday.
I did have a crazy day yesterday, honestly. But, if we want to get into it, trigger warning for anybody. If you don't want to hear anything about like sexual harassment or anything, trigger warning. But so yesterday, I was at work. It was like 12:30. I get off at 2. I'm a server. All right. And I had this customer who I've been waiting on for about 3 years, right? And he's like probably like 30, white guy, works for like a tech company or whatever. But he was always trying to like
Oh, he's
be
a
my
tech
friend.
bro. He's a tech
Yeah, he
bro.
was like a coding dude, right? And he was always trying to like be my friend, but I wasn't interested. I really didn't like waiting on him, honestly, because the way he spoke of himself, he was just very arrogant. But anyway, he just talked a lot and he would hold me up. I got other tables. I'm trying to do side work, but I always
Can
listen.
I hold you up? Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
What is it? What is it about arrogance that you specifically don't like? Because I come off as a little cocky at times.
I mean, arrogant in the way that anytime you talk about somebody, it's you're speaking of them lower than you and you're kind of acting like you're almost the best of the best and that nobody's life could compare to your life. He would say things like, "Oh, you just don't get it. You just don't know. You're not me. You haven't." Like, first of all, take a step back, okay? Because the world doesn't revolve around you. We've all been through some shit.
So is it
Just
like
take.
a lack of like self awareness that to it? Is that what
Honestly,
it is?
yeah, that's what it was like. It was like self-awareness, honestly. And he just loved the sound of his own voice. I thought for the longest time the dude just needed a fucking therapist. Right? So whatever. He didn't even tip good either, was the thing. He tipped me like $2, $3 after talking to me for like an hour and a half. And the thing about it is it was talking about himself. It wasn't like a back-to-back conversation. It was him just like spouting his life at me, just like trauma dumping all the time. And I was just, okay, yeah, you want a refill? So I never had the inclination he was attracted to me ever because he even made some comments about like you're a little too big for me. Not that I asked because I'm not attracted to him, but he kind of just put it out there right
He
away
said
that he
that.
was never. Yeah, he did. He kind of like insinuated that I was too thick for him. I don't
What was
remember
the
when it was like
context of that? Like, what was like? Why did that conversation come up?
because he would just talk about himself and he would talk about the types of women he liked and he would say things like, "Oh, I need a girl with like a slim waist and a big booty, but not too big." And I don't think he said not like you,
But
but
like,
he
why is
said
he
it.
telling you this? Like,
I
what is?
don't know. That was the thing. I just thought he was, maybe didn't have a whole lot of friends, but he made it seem like he had plenty of friends. He made it seem like he had options with girls and that he would turn girls down for being too crazy or not what he was interested in, right? I really just thought this guy needed a therapist or a fucking friend, okay? So I had gotten these new pair of jeans, right? I had bought some new jeans. My jeans were all ripped up, bleach stained from working, and I was making jokes that day about, oh, I'm going to get better tips with these tight jeans that I'm wearing, you know. And there was no one else around. There was no other customers. It was just me and him. And my coworkers were like on the other side of the building. They were having a conversation. And I'm just joking back and forth with him. And all things aside, the jokes that I make have no truth to them. When I say things like I wear these tight jeans to get better tips, that's a lie. When I said things like, "Oh, I'm going to lean over a bit farther so they can stare at me" or something like that, it's a lie. I don't do that. I don't present myself that way. I don't do that. But I was joking. I was making jokes, like JK, I'm just kidding. Da 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 da. Well, he's fixing to leave. I'm doing my work. I'm doing my fill-ups, right? And he's like, "Hey, can I get a hug? I'm fixing to head out." And I've given him like a side hug probably 2-3 times before this. So it wasn't unusual, but it was a little bit like, oh, wonder why he wants a hug today. Didn't think about it too much though. I've never initiated any hugs. Any hugs he always initiated. I'm not a touchy person, so
So
he
he's like,
sat me
oh,
down.
where's my hug kind of guy.
Yeah, and I'm like, all
Are
right.
they as cringy to women as they are to men? Those types of dudes? Because like it's cringy to even guys.
No, it was cringy, and like all my coworkers knew that whenever his car pulled up, I rolled my eyes because like it's like, dude, I'm busy. It's a Saturday. I got tables. I got work to do. You just want to talk about yourself, about this good paying job, and that you worked so hard to get. Like, I get it. Just let me do my work. But anyway, I go to give him a side hug, right? I'm standing, he's kind of sitting down. So I give him the hug, and all of a sudden he slaps me right on my ass, on my right ass cheek.
Are you serious?
100%. And I'm in shock because this has never happened to me. And I was confused almost to the point where I wasn't sure if it had happened. I was thinking to myself, was there a bug or something? And I also didn't say anything. He was kind of like laughing. He started standing up, getting ready to check out. I was putting something out. I think I was putting some syrup back up. And I made a comment under my breath about, I'm fixing to call the police. And it was like under my breath. And I think he took it as a joke because he started laughing. And I checked him out. He tipped $5, by the way, after slapping my ass. And when he walked out, I looked at my coworkers.
Strippers make more than that.
Right. I looked at my coworkers who were all women, and nobody saw it.
I don't mean to make jokes, but like.
No, it's funny. It's funny. Nobody saw it, right? Until he left, and I told him, I was like, oh my God, guys, he just slapped my ass. And I said his name. I was like, he just slapped. And they're like, just now? And I'm like, just now. Like, not even like 30 seconds, like a minute ago. And they checked the camera, and he's full on. But imagine if there were no camera. It'd have been my word against his. No one saw it. There was no witness to it. And I didn't call him out because here I am confused, not knowing. Later on, I had some conversation with some friends, and I realized there probably was some attraction to me, but he was making it seem as though there wasn't. So I had the wrong crowd when I was making these jokes about my body and about my pants to him. And I know that now. I'm not saying in any way that gives him permission to slap me on the ass, but I know not to be making those jokes. And I don't make those jokes with anybody else. Here I am, think this is like a homie, like a buddy, like a guy friend, like someone like a guy who's not interested in me.
Here's a question. Why, if you don't do that with anybody else, why did you do it with him? Because you even said that he's kind of annoying to you.
Because I crack jokes with people. Like, I'm just a funny person. If I'm going to sit here and just joke with you, I mean, I've been joking with the guy for almost 3 years. It's almost like a long time. I thought it was to the point that that was like a buddy. Like I could make it oh, I'm going to wear these tight jeans. I'm going to get all the tips. Because I was making fun of people who do tip based on how you look. That was the whole point of the joke. The joke wasn't insinuating that I actually do those things. It was insinuating that people really do tip better when you try to flaunt what you got. And I don't do that. I wear makeup and I wear my uniform, but I would never bend over seductively. And I would never, I would never do something like that. But I was joking about it. So maybe somewhere in his mind, it twisted into thought that, oh, I could slap her on the ass and it would be funny. It wasn't funny. It was weird.
Yeah. No, why? In what case would that be funny though? It slapping somebody
I don't know.
I mean, I guess dudes do it to each other. That could be funny, but
I don't know. And he hit me hard too. He I almost pushed forward when he because I was standing up and he was kind of sitting down, so it pushed me. You just slapped the fuck out of me. So it was technically
I feel like you were his first victim. As shitty as that sounds, this is the first time it's ever happened on his case
Afterwards, things were handled accordingly. I told my manager, she pulled up the footage. She called all of her bosses, 2 or 3 of them, and got him banned from not only this store, but from this district. So there's 3 stores he's no longer going to be able to go to. And my manager was pushing me to file a police report. And to be honest with you,
did you?
I didn't know. I didn't think it was that far. Because I promise you, when they have to tell, because they had no way to contact him. So they have to wait for him to come in again and tell him to his face, you're no longer allowed here. You're being banned for sexual harassment. And that's going to embarrass him. There's going to be people around. There's going to be customers. You know,
Did he come in today?
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Does he come in every day? Is he like a regular?
It's like a 2 or 3 times a week. So it just depends, right? But it's probably going to be a day when I'm there. So my plan is I'm going to head to the back. My manager's going to say what she has to say to him. Tell him you're no longer welcome here because of this, this, and this. And I have the footage if you'd like to see. And I'm hoping that the embarrassment from that interaction and the people around him who hear will embarrass him enough to never do it again. Because I don't want to file a police report on him and make it out to be a really big thing when I think it was just poor judgment. I think he thought we were friendly enough to do something like that. We're not. He knows.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of like the landscape that we need to like, I don't know, scope out, is that sometimes people just make a bad call. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make you an evil person. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that doesn't mean you have to like forgive him or anything, but like at the same time, like I don't think that people's lives need to be just ruined over them having a bad judgment moment. You know what I mean? Like everybody has a brain fart. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying,
and it's not like it was like the worst thing that could have happened to you. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
what I'm saying. Like he didn't
very
snatch
tame,
me up and
you know.
He didn't snatch me up and grab a handful or nothing. So clearly, it might have been on the side of like a playfulness, but you don't playfully slap a woman's ass. Not any woman who didn't consent to it. Not in public. Okay, I don't even let my boyfriend slap my ass in public. You think I'm gonna let you do it? Like that's not. No, I don't. Because you in Walmart, you be seeing people like slap their girlfriend's butt in public. I don't like that.
I'm not a big fan of that either.
You know what it feels like?
Really, I'm not a big PDA person, honestly.
Me neither. Like I'm not trying to like make out with you, but I'll give you like a peck and I'll hold your hand and stuff. But I'm not trying to like be all over.
Very small stuff, you know. And I don't want that much attention. I feel like it's degrading to your woman.
That's what it feels like. And I had to explain that to my boyfriend. Like when I told him, and he obviously agreed to it, but he was like, "Do you mind me asking why?" Because I've never, like, a woman's never said that to me before. And I was like, it feels almost degrading. It feels like when you have like a dog, like when you have a dog with a leash, kind of like you're slapping my ass to let her know that I'm yours, and I don't appreciate that because I'm my own person.
That's how I always felt about it too. It makes me feel like I own you in a way. And I'm displaying that, you know what I mean? Just as a man, you know. So.
Right. Like you don't have to display it. That's how I feel. Now I'm the type of person I would never say anything about it. If I saw it in public, I'm gonna mind my business. That's for you.
I mean everybody's different strokes for different folks, you know. But that's how I personally feel about it.
But you know what? The day wasn't all that bad because later that night, 2 puppies came out of the woods by my apartment and came into my house, and I like took care of them and I bathed them.
That's so weird, dude. I remember you sent me that text last night.
Yeah, I sent you. They were so cute, and they're not like small puppies. They're like almost dogs, honestly. Like they're kind of big, but when I tell you they were the biggest fucking racket, oh my god, I am not ready for kids. In case anyone was wondering,
I'm not ready for kids. Like that's a jump.
No, like it was crazy, right? It was crazy. So honestly, I wasn't even the one who found it. My neighbor was outside with her baby, and then she knocked on my door. I checked my camera first because I'm not scared to my door for anybody, right?
But I saw the puppy. Hey, you want some dogs? Because I want them.
Well, because she had the baby, she said, I don't want to bring them inside because I have like a newborn, like a 6-month-old. I don't know where they've been. I don't want them in my house. Like, okay, cool. I'll take them in.
And they came to you.
Yeah, I'll bring him in. And I was hoping my boyfriend would get off work earlier that night so he could take him to a shelter earlier. But he didn't, so they ended up having to stay the night. I'm not allowed to have pets at my apartment, not even a fucking fish. Okay, so
what? Not even a fish?
No aquariums, none of that. Fishy, stanky, no, none of that. So I figured one night wouldn't be bad. I brought him in. I fed him a little bit. I gave him some ham at first, and then I found like some old cat food, like the wet cat food, and I figured they'd be okay. It was like mushy. So I put it in some bowls for them. They ate it. I bathed them, right? And I thought one was like kind of gray, but when I bathed it, it clearly became white. So I was like, oh, y'all nasty as fuck. And they're just like barking and barking and they're acting scared. Like I was worried someone was beating on them because they kind of were like, don't touch me. I'm like, oh, like, did someone dump you out in these woods? Because they were siblings. They were like blue heeler. They were both girls. You could tell they were from the same litter. They had the same colors. So
Right.
I bathed them. I brought them out here. I gave them a heating pad. And when I tell you, they found anything to fucking chew on this. Jesus Christ. I thought my
That's
floor was
dogs,
clean.
man. Puppies specifically.
I thought my floor was clean. Jesus Christ. And then they're fucking yapping at night when me and my boyfriend trying to sleep. Like we got work in the morning. Like, Jesus Christ. Fucking pissing and shitting everywhere. I'm like, oh my God.
That's why I don't do dogs, if I'm honest.
I don't think I
everybody's
want
like,
a dog right now. They
you
were
seem like such a
fun.
good dog person. You should get yourself. No.
They were fun though. They were fun, but I don't think I want one. And then that kind of got me thinking about like kids and babies. And I was thinking about how I definitely wouldn't want a kid right now at this age. Didn't you have one at this age?
How old are you?
21.
Yeah, that's when Jack was born. I was 21. I was 21. So yep.
Yep.
He's 8 now. Well, getting old. Getting old.
Is he 8 or is he turning 8?
Huh?
Is he 8 or is he turning 8?
He's 8. He's 8. He turned 8 in December.
Oh my God.
Yep. He'll be an adult in 10 years.
Bro, he was like 6 in my head.
You saw the show we did, right? When we cooked the pizza?
I did.
He loves that shit, dude.
He does?
Yeah. I'm digging it. He wants to become a YouTuber.
That's great. But I think everybody wants to become a YouTuber these days. Like,
it's not a bad gig.
No, that's what I hear. That's why I'm trying it out with you.
What's up, Ty Jones and Jada? How you guys doing?
Hey, everybody. How's y'all's day going? How's your day going, by the way, Cole?
I got my tax return yesterday. I'm just like,
Damn.
just throwing. I asked out a girl, like she said no, but like whatever. I got money, so fuck it.
Right. No matter how hard you hit the ground, you just gotta come back up, right? You gotta fall down and keep going. Keep going.
Bounce off. All right, next one. Shit. You said you wanted to talk about AT&T, huh? Is that your provider?
Yeah, that fucking that phone thing. So let me go ahead and look that up right quick and see what they actually said it was, because when the phone company shut down, we were hearing a lot. Like there's a lot of static from everybody, right? But I didn't see what they actually put out as a statement. So let's see what they said. People think it was a cyber attack. What do you think it was?
Ty Jones says, "Me too. I'm 1,000 there." Yeah, pretty much. Ty, you got kids? Jada, can you use my code? I don't know what that means, Jada. What do you think? What's your opinion of it? Like blind reaction to the thing?
Well, to be honest with you, technology is already so fucking shaky. It's like it really could have been anything, honestly. And if someone were going to do like a cyber attack on us, don't you think that it would be a little bit more like, I don't know, just bigger? Like if someone was really doing a cyber attack, don't you think it would be like all of our lights or like all of the traffic lights to cause like mayhem in the streets? And like, I don't think turning a couple people's cell phones off was gonna like uproot all of America,
Right. Congratulations, Ty. That's beautiful. Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed like to attack one company, everybody's like, well, it wasn't just AT&T, it was T-Mobile too, but AT&T owns T-Mobile. A lot of people are misinformed on that. Which kind of fucked me because I have AT&T as my Wi-Fi and T-Mobile as my phone. So like,
So AT&T outage caused by software update, company says. So there was a software update clearly it wasn't an update. It was a software malfunction, obviously.
Yeah, if they were updating, they should have said something. They should have been like, "Hey, just FYI, we're doing an update. It may crash." What the fuck, guys? So that's a lie. That's a lie.
Well, you
China
know,
and Russia have seen what they can do. Maybe
well,
I don't know. It's kind of a small target. Wouldn't you go after I don't know like something more like government affiliated or something like that? It seems awfully small.
that's pretty much what I'm thinking, but who knows? I can't believe you already got your tax return. I didn't even get mine yet. It says
When did you file?
Bro, I filed on like the 9th of February, like as soon as I got it.
Oh, that was like 2 weeks ago, bro. Of course you haven't gotten it yet. I filed in like January 15th. Like as soon as the minute all of my 1099s came in. But the thing is 1099s come in quicker than W2s. So that's why I could file right away.
Yeah, I didn't get mine right away, but did you work today?
No.
No.
I went and got I got my car looked at for a second. And then I just went shopping. Got a haircut. I got a haircut.
Grocery shopping or like shopping for yourself?
Shopping, bro. Shopping. Like I went to Plato's Closet and Goodwill. Kind of looked around. I got Jack a guitar.
Nice.
Goodwill had guitar, like kids guitar. It's a real guitar, but it's like kids size. $20. I was like, fuck yeah! Can't find a guitar that cheap, and it works and everything. It plugs into the amp and all that. So
nice. You know, I was playing Guitar Hero last night.
Oh, you know that's on. You can play Guitar Hero inside of Fortnite. Like if you play Fortnite, you can go and play new songs and everything.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
I don't play Fortnite, but that's pretty crazy.
I don't either, but one of our brothers was telling us about it.
You ever had like any crazy customer interactions, like just some foul ass fucking people?
Not really. No, I had one instance where like I was a manager and like they were having beef with like what I was saying, and they were like, "Well, what can I speak to the manager?" And I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Are you gonna go get him?" I'm like, "You're speaking to the manager." Like,
well, you were being sarcastic as fuck. Like you should have known. I didn't know you were a manager though. I didn't know you were a manager. I didn't know you had that kind of like.
I didn't like it. That's why I don't have the. I'm too like. I don't care. Like too zen, you know.
Like I don't give a shit. Like
to be the boss,
and that's how I feel too. Because a couple people have asked me, because where I work, there's like you have to be there. You have to be there a couple years before you can like be considered a manager. And people have asked me like, "Would you be a manager? Would you consider it?" And I was like, "Fuck no, hell the fuck no." Like you see this shit? You see this fucking shit? No, I wouldn't want to be in charge of this fucking wreck.
The management job that I got, I just told them that I was a manager on my resume, and they hired me as a manager.
Oh, they didn't check that.
No, and it wasn't it wasn't like there was anything I needed to do, like that I didn't know how to do, or there was some stuff, but they just showed me, you know what I mean? But it was like some shit that you have to do on the computer that I wouldn't know anyway. You know what I mean? Like, so
right.
You just get to work, and then anytime somebody calls off, you have to be there. You know what I mean? Which is honestly the part I didn't like. I was like, it's my fucking day off.
And it's half and half. People either love the manager or they fucking hate the manager. And most people who love the manager are like fucking suck ups, and it like wouldn't matter who you were if you were just the manager. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I couldn't deal with like the fucking ass kissers and then the fucking lazy motherfuckers who think they don't get paid enough to fucking sit on their ass, bro. Like, fuck y'all. And you know what? when I come into work in the morning, I don't say anything about how bad it is in there. I just get to fucking work because it's the same shit, different day. And my coworkers will be like, "You're not gonna say anything about the way they left it?" No, because I'd have to fucking care. I'd have to fucking give a shit. I'm here for 7 hours. I'm gonna do what the fuck I gotta do, and I'm gonna fucking leave because I don't fucking care. I don't care, okay? I'm gonna hit my little vape out the back door, and I want to be left the fuck. I want to fucking, have my section ready and get it. Man, today was bullshit, and I was mad at my fucking cooks today because we had this massive fucking catering order, and it was like our biggest meal, like the Grand Slam, whatever you want to call it. I don't work at Denny's, but whenever you go to IHOP or these breakfast places, they have like the big meal. We got like 28 of those to go, right? There's 2 cooks. All right, and they're cooking, and we're getting in-house orders. There's 2 for the whole, and we're getting in-house orders, and we got to cook these, and tables were sitting like 30, 45 minutes, almost an hour for their food. I'm not turning tables. I'm not making money, but of course your fucking sales are going up, aren't they? Bitch ass manager.
That's not beef lately with just all like I know everybody's seen the memes and all that, but like businesses in America are somehow recording record profits for years now. Yet nobody has any money. So I don't understand how it is. And nobody has any money because nobody's getting paid enough. You know what I mean? Like, well, because everything's fucking expensive to begin with, but like also like nobody has enough money. Like a person making $100,000 a year can't even fucking buy a house. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I'm saying, man. Like,
what's up, Joey? Just Joey Edibles, Liberty, Bert.
Oh, hey, what's up, Ruby? How you
Joe,
doing?
this is my sister, Ruby. I can't remember her name either because it's also made up.
Just trying to save ourselves from liability here, man. You never know.
Yeah, but you bought your house in 1987, Joe. Get the fuck out of here.
That's what I'm talking. I saw a fucking video on TikTok where this guy was trying to interview these 2 old people, right? And he was like, "All right, how much did y'all buy your first house for? How much was it?" And the lady immediately said, "No, I don't want to answer this question. We're leaving." Yeah, you don't want to fucking answer because you know they're gouging us. And you don't give a fuck, and you don't give a fuck.
So Joe bought his house in 2009. The last
after the crash.
Yeah, the last major house crisis. He bought his house. Joe has a nice house. Okay, I've been to his house. Joe has a nice house, nice area. He bought it for $94,000. That's easily what $250,000 house now. Get the fuck out of here on Zillow.
I feel like I could save up that much.
Save up $250,000?
No, 94,000. 94,000
No.
seems like I could save that. But that's not how life works.
1,050? That's not bad.
But that's not how life works.
That's about what I'm paying for rent. Like that's what's like kind of obnoxious.
No, but to buy a house, it's not just having the money. You have to have credit. You have to get the loan. They don't take cash. You got to do this, that. You got to jump through these hoops, all that shit. Because I was like,
can you see the comments?
Mm-hmm.
Joey said, "Welcome to the party, Ruby."
Oh, okay.
It was literally the perfect time to buy. It was the best time to buy, but I was like 15, so I don't want to hear this shit.
They were giving $8,000 boosts to buy a house. What the fuck? Like, okay, it's like
everybody who has a house now, I feel like cheated. You know, like so that's what it comes down to. Like,
right. Like, I just want a house and like a nice car and like a couple appliances. Like, I'm not asking for a whole lot. But then you got these fucking celebrities taking their jets for 13-minute plane rides, by the way. Burning all that fucking money and gas.
I think if I were able to buy a house, I would rent it out. Like, I wouldn't even use it for myself at this point. You know? Like, I would want to make money off of it.
I wouldn't do that.
I would.
You can't trust these renters these days. They're shady. They're just gonna fuck up your place and then dip.
Oh, any different than me letting one of my brothers live here in my apartment? Yeah, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Like I haven't seen what could happen.
That's on you. That's
It's
on
like,
you.
no shit, it's on me. It's the same shit. At least I have the excuse of saying, "Oh, it was a stranger." You know, like of course they don't give a fuck about my shit. I could probably rent out my basement, but I am 100% never renting to anyone ever. Fuck that shit.
You don't want to rent to anyone who wants to live in a basement anyway, honestly.
Right. Yeah, that's a
That's
serial
not
killer.
the best. Because to be honest with you, I'm not talking out of my ass. Like we've had a lot of people like stay in our house, like on agreements, like, oh, you can live on my couch, you can stay in this room. And it never ended well for either party.
Joey's using my stickers.
Order stickers.
When you're a member of a like a channel, it gives you options to use not stickers but emojis.
Oh.
I have my own personal emojis that I made. They're kind of shitty. I gotta get better ones, but
Hey, you wanna
what
say
do you?
something you wanna see something cool in my house?
Sure.
Hey Google, change the lights to purple. Boom.
How does that? How do you even do that?
I didn't do it, my boyfriend did it. This is his shit. I didn't even use him for
Why?
the whole I didn't even use him for the
Why would
whole
you let AI control your house?
I was against it for the whole like first year we were together. I didn't even use it. Like he'd be like, tell it to turn off the light. And I was like, no, I'll go use the light switch because I've seen Smart House. I don't fuck with it. You know what I'm saying?
It
Oh yeah,
said it says you
I
just
should
changed. Yeah, it says you changed Joey's bathroom lights to purple.
yeah, I probably should.
No,
To be
you
honest,
saying that changed Joey's lights to purple.
yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know it could do. I'm not like I said. Like I'm not. I didn't know.
He said, "I hope somebody wasn't in the shower."
They can change it back. That's okay. Well, I mean,
That's funny.
I
But
kind of
no, fuck
I kind of
both of
like the
you
purple.
guys. Y'all both let the internet control your house. I would never do, especially knowing
No,
that the internet's
because
gonna become Skynet here in like T-5 years.
and to be honest with you, I started using it, and to be honest with you, it got pretty fucking cool. Like when you just grabbed all your stuff and you went to lay in bed and you got your like your ashtray and your fucking drink ready, and you forgot to turn the fucking light off, and you're like, fuck. And then you got a little, yeah, like it's not so bad sometimes. And it's like a speaker, so I can like play it in my house when I'm listening to my audiobooks. It's not so bad. But there was one time. And I don't harass like the AIs because that's weird. But there was one time she was just pissing me off, and I'm like, "You're a bitch." And she gave me the definition of a bitch. She was like, "The definition of a bitch is a female dog who." Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, "Oh, you thought you would talk back, huh? You would talk back?" And when we were first dating, I used to call it his girlfriend. He'd ask me to do something. I'd be like, "Why don't you ask your fucking girlfriend to do it? She's right there, hanging up on the fucking wall. Get her to fucking do. Ask your fucking." Because when I would say something to it, I would say like, "Thank you." It'd be like, "Oh, you're welcome." But when he would say thank you, he'd be like, "Oh, anytime, anything for you. It's my job. I must please." Bitch, don't talk to him. The fuck?
You got competition, bro.
I'd be like, "Go ask your fucking
He
girlfriend to do it."
probably set it up that way. You know that,
No,
right?
no, it has random replies. At this point, I'm not even mad at it, but there's a couple
Joe
times.
says, bro, they don't make systems to control your studio apartment. There's no market for something like that. I don't have a studio apartment. Okay, I have a 2-bedroom apartment. First off, second off, of course, there's no market for a studio apartment. There's no
Well,
market for people who own studio apartments. Fuck you, Joe.
I don't know, man. I live in an apartment and I got all the works. Like I got all this shit and I got like
But
a
you don't
camera on
live
the front door.
in a studio
I mean,
apartment.
it's damn near a studio. It's a 1-bedroom. You got to like if a guest wants to use the restroom, they have to go into my bedroom to do it. Like that's weird.
Ooh,
Weird, right?
yeah.
Weird, but I don't have guests over, so problem solved.
I don't mind my apartment. I really don't. I don't like how much they're up my ass, but to me, it's just like if you had an HOA, you know? Like, granted, if I found a house, it would be somewhere that doesn't have one, but at the same time, you don't always win. They can just make them at any time they want, apparently.
If I buy a house, it's not gonna have a fucking HOA. I've seen too many horror stories, and like, I don't mean harm, but I'm just lazy. Like, I'm gonna forget my trash. I'm gonna forget to pull my weeds. Like, And I also just don't like being told what to do. Like, isn't it my house?
Yeah,
And
that's
you
what
should
I'm
be
saying.
living
It's
in
my
my
house. Like,
fucking house.
go fuck yourself.
Like, and
At
it's
the
just
same time,
common
you don't
sense.
want it to look shitty, but like, you're not like the
Obviously,
fact that you're telling me to do it when I was gonna do it anyway makes me be like, fuck you.
but
Like,
you gotta think there are people in an HOA who want to be a part of an HOA, who like want it to be enforced, who want their lawns to be perfectly green, and like there's people who want that, you know. So that's probably why they're still around. There's people who want HOAs. I'm surprised you've never had any crazy customer interactions because I've had some pretty crazy customer interactions before. I can't hear you anymore.
can you hear me now?
Yep.
It died. I need to charge it. I don't know why it's like quiet.
Some people do not know how to think for themselves. Some people want to be told what to do. Yeah, that's exactly right. Like some people do want to be told what to do.
Which is really dumb, right? Like, it's well, there are a lot of people who just want to go their entire lives without having to like make an important decision. Like they just want to do what they're supposed to do. That's the whole like college thing. Like, oh, you got to go to college. Why? Because that's what you're supposed to do. It's like it makes sense if that's like works for you and you like that's the vibe you want to put out. But like, what if you're just not that type of person? You know what I mean? It doesn't make you a failure. You know?
Right, exactly.
Fuck that. Sit back and do nothing. Oh, fuck that. Sit back and do nothing life. Yeah, I feel that.
College was a sweet party, but I took it to the extreme. I hear that a lot, actually.
Most people do, especially like legit college.
Right, like
When
when
I
you
went to
like
college, I didn't even go. Like I got all online classes. You know what
that
I
was
mean, for the most part,
that was
and
that was me in high
very
school.
rarely did I have to go in. And when I did, it was just like I was treated like a nuisance by the teachers for it just existing. You know what I mean? So it's just like fuck these people, dude.
It's
Because I think it's because they didn't never build any type of relationship with me throughout the year because I was online. You know what I mean? So they just like when I came in, I only had questions. You know what I mean? Like, and they didn't want to deal with that.
Yeah, but I can get that, and that's kind of like how it was for me in high school when I graduated. Like when I got on the stage and accepted my diploma, I'm sure a lot of the students were like, "Who the fuck is that?" Because I was online. I never went into the fucking high school. Well, because COVID hit right when I went to that high school, so I was there for 2 weeks, went online for the rest of the year. Then they asked if you wanted to keep doing it, and I was like, "Yeah," because I had gotten a job at the time, so I was working and going to high school. So yeah. I get what you're saying. I didn't have like a whole lot of connections either.
But you're trying to go to college, huh? You're looking into it.
I'm heavily considering it, honestly. I'm not sure yet because I'm kind of flaky. And when you commit to something like that and you like take out loans for it and shit, like that's like serious shit. And that's not something you could just like, that's not a podcast you could just back out of. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so I gotta like figure out what the
I mean,
fuck
I
I'm
did. It turned
doing
out great for me. I went to college for a little bit, and I just was like,
and
I'm
didn't
not doing this
graduate
anymore.
and then didn't like with, I'm
Yeah, I
not
just
gonna
left. I just stopped
go.
going. I was just
I
like, I
am
don't want
not
to do this
gonna,
anymore.
because I'm the type of person, I'm not gonna go and put effort into it just to not fucking get it. Like if I'm gonna put effort into it, I'm gonna graduate, and that's gonna take a lot of effort. But if I'm committed to the bit. I'm not gonna put it forth any effort without seeing something in return. Fuck that. You're not getting anything out of me for nothing.
Right. Joe says, don't go if you're flaky. It never works out. And that's probably advice I wish somebody had gave me. You know what I mean? Because I am kind of a flaky person. Especially when it's not something I really want to do anyway.
Runs
You know
in
what
the
I mean?
business.
I have learned that about myself where like if I don't really want to do it, I will end up doing it for the people who want me to do it, whatever it is, like go out and do something or whatever the fuck, anything. But I always half-ass it, or I leave early or whatever, or I'm just in a bad mood when I'm, you know what I mean? So I've learned that if I don't really want to do it, I probably shouldn't do it, you know what I mean? Because I'm just not going to be a good time.
That's what I'm saying.
Joey said the future is comedy. Why do you think that? Most people go to college to get a degree to settle into a job. You don't need a degree, right? Yeah. Well, you kind of go into college for a job you don't really want. I feel like you should really know what you want before you go to college, you know? Why do you think comedy is the future, Joe? What are you getting into tonight, Liberty?
Nothing much. I just watch Law and Order SVU, clean my house, listen to audiobooks. I don't party or anything like that. I don't drink.
You don't. You're 21. And you don't drink.
I don't like it.
You don't like drinking?
No. Makes me feel bad.
Why? What kind of drinks do you drink? Do you drink beer?
Vodka. Fuck no, I don't drink beer. I'll sip beer every now and then. If it's like a Corona, I'll drink one. But I'm not getting fucked up off of beer, first of all. I'm not trying to get fat.
She smokes a lot of weed, Joe.
I do smoke a lot of weed.
So much weed. Like, if she ever moved up here, you guys would be friends.
I didn't want to say it, but like, it's a concerning amount. It's a concerning amount, and it's not.
How much would you say you smoke in a week? Like, what do you buy for the week?
In a week?
Yeah. Most people, let's put that out there. Most people buy an eighth for a week, and that lasts themselves for a week.
I don't know. I buy an ounce a month. So pretty much just
okay, so that's only twice the normal amount, which is still a lot. Like, but
it's not
like ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous. There was 1 month I smoked like an ounce and a half, and I was like, all right, I should chill. But
everyone is like this. Like what, Joe?
Well, it's not just me. It's me and my boyfriend. It's mostly me, but my boyfriend smokes a little bit with me.
So he doesn't smoke as much as you? Because I was going to say, well, that kind of evens it out.
He had never smoked weed until he had gotten with me. And here's the story on this, right?
Isn't he like 35?
Yeah, he didn't smoke. He never smoked cigarettes, never smoked weed because his parents were like heavy smokers. And he said they used to smoke with like the windows rolled up and they were smoking packs and packs and he hated it. Couldn't stand smoke in his face. So he never smoked weed. Right? When I told him, don't think just because you're dating me that you're going to have some type of weird midlife crisis and think I'm going to share my shit with you. Fuck you. Go find your own shit. You're a grown-ass man. If you want to smoke weed, go get your own fucking weed. And that's what I told him. And he did. And he came back with some good, like he came back with a cart because he wasn't keen on smoking. So we would do the, the oil or whatever it is, the cartridges and stuff like that, the concentrates. And he found some good ass concentrates. And now we smoke. Now it's cool. But you're not going to blame that shit on me. Have your family find out you got a new girlfriend. All of a sudden you smoke weed. Fuck you. Go find your own connection.
Joe says he smokes about an ounce every 10 to 15 days.
God damn.
So, yeah. Joe doesn't fuck around.
Some of us are broke.
Yeah, Joe is basically living retirement early.
Some of us are broke. Like, if I could, my weed is very non-negotiable. Like, it's into my bills. I write it into my bills. So it's not.
Joe has so much weed, he gave me a half ounce back in like November, and I still have only smoked half of it.
And that's
like,
and Ohio weed was expensive too. People were trying to charge me.
I think he gets it from Michigan.
People were trying to charge me $15 a gram up in Ohio. I'm like, the fuck is it gonna roll itself? Goddamn! And then they'd be like, it's dense. Bullshit. Why don't you weigh it in front of me?
How dense is it? It's still a gram. Like, do you not know how weight works?
Bro, let me tell you, I've spotted a couple fucking like grams, like a couple half ounces and shit, and like my boyfriend will try to like test me on it. Be like, he'll put some in my hand, be like, how much is it? And like I'll look at it and I'll feel it and I'll call it because I've been smoking weed for like 7 years. You know what I'm saying? So I can.
That's not
There's some,
impressive. That's not
there's
impressive. I've
some
been
shit.
smoking
It is
weed
when you're
for
21. It is when
the
you're
first
21.
time I smoked weed, I was 15 years old, which means that almost 15 years now, Liberty.
But you don't smoke like I do. I'm a connoisseur.
No, I did at one point. At one time in my life, I smoked like that.
I'm smoking weed. I'm
But
taking edibles. I'm doing the cartridges. Like,
no, I never did. I'd never liked the waxes and the oils and all that. I've never been a fan of those. I don't know. I just don't want to be that high. I've never wanted to be that high.
I've done dabs a couple times, but it was really high. It was really, and I can't function super stoned out in the world. At my max, I can be like an 8 and I can go out into public, but I can't be at a 10 and go into public.
I can't do it at all. That's not
I
me.
can do it. If I go to work high every day. Like my coworker was like, "Are you high?" I'm like, "Yup." You just now catching on every day. It's every day with this.
Joe says I get shake for $20 an ounce, and I sold an ounce for $35.
That's pretty cool.
That's also, you said you were thinking about moving back up to Cleveland. I got you a hookup too.
Apparently, it sounds like I need to move up to Ohio because I can
he
buy
said
an
he smoked
ounce.
weed 10 times before the service and pretty much nothing for 20 years. Then went crazy when I retired. Well, I mean, that's kind of the military way. You can't really smoke while you're in the military. You do coke, but I mean, you can do coke. You're not allowed to do it, but you can get away with it.
You know, I finally built rapport with my plug because now he'll never hits on me anymore. He never, like when I first started going to him, he'd be like, "Hey, you want to come smoke a blunt? Like if you're down," and I'd be like, "No, I'm good," you know, because they all do it. But now he doesn't do it anymore. Now it's like strictly business. I'm like, fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
Why did he stop all of a sudden?
Well, I did get a boyfriend, so he was just being respectful, and he's just
A
a cool guy.
respectful drug dealer. Wow.
He's just being cool. Like once I said no, like probably 2-3 times to just like him, like you know, you want to hang out, and I was like, no, I'm good. He got the hint, and like now, he never asked anything like that, and he's pretty chill.
He
He's
still
not
wants
sketchy.
money. Like,
yeah, but I get deals. Like I buy an ounce for $120 down here, so it's not bad. And I'll be high as a motherfucker. You don't smoke cigarettes anymore at all?
not really. Every once in a while. I feel bad because like all I'll ever do is bum off of people when like
We hate those people.
I'm at places where people are smoking. I'll be like, "Can I have one?" I'm not like one of those people where I only bum cigarettes, and I'm trying to support a cigarette habit off of bumming off of people. Like some people do. Like that is a real thing. But like I haven't paid for a cigarette in a couple years.
Yeah. I've given a couple dollars. Like I'll be like, not a couple, but like, hey, if you got a cigarette, I got $1. Like you're trying to make something.
That's how it should be. I would buy Lucy's. I wish people would sell Lucy's.
You got a square? Like let me get one. I just recently quit smoking cigarettes actively.
Joe says he doesn't actively sell, so you're gonna have to find your own hookup.
That's pretty much what it is. Like I don't actively sell either, but when people need it, like
I mean, it's about to be legal here anyway. You're gonna be able to just hit up the dispensaries. Like it. I mean, it is legal here, but like legal for sale starts soon. You know what I mean? So like, there's 2 dispensaries by me. You know what I mean? Already, like medical ones that are gonna have recreational soon. You know?
Yeah,
so.
I'll just go up there and buy some of that. You know, I gotta renew my ID this year in July.
Okay.
Yeah, it's always something, and I did that shit like 4 years ago. You need me to do it again already? Jesus. And there's an election this year.
Yeah. So what's your? I'm not gonna ask you who you're gonna vote for, but like, what's your opinion of this election season?
I don't know. I feel like I'm not educated enough on either of them. I think they're both fuck ups.
How are you not educated on either of them? There's been for the past 8 years the same pretty much 2 guys, and then one of them's been running nonstop for the past 12 years, and then the third party guy is a Kennedy, like,
It's hard
you know,
because
and not
it's
only that, but the guy who is president was the vice president for 8 years. Like, how are you not educated? How are you not educated?
well,
These
for
people have
starters,
been in the rotation pretty much the whole last decade.
I haven't done enough research on the Kennedy guy. I know you've been telling me to, but I haven't got to it
You
yet.
need to.
But
You need to. You would like it.
anytime fucking Trump or Biden get on the fucking screen and start talking, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, bro. And I'm like, what the fuck are they? And I have to like go online to like find a fucking, I don't know, translator for English because what the fuck are they saying? What the fuck are they talking about? They're 70 goddamn years old. They're both
No,
billionaires.
no. Hold on, Liberty. Joe Biden is 81.
Oh my god.
And Trump is 77.
Gee, oh my god. These are
Yeah.
80-year-old guys wanting to run America. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
like, let's put it in perspective. They have this year they're breaking the record for the oldest people running for president only by 4 years. The record that they set last election. They set the record 4 years ago.
Well, you know what? 4 years ago, when I went and stood in line at 18 years old, I stood in line for 2 hours and I voted.
In the middle of a pandemic.
Guess what? I didn't even get a fucking sticker.
You didn't get a sticker?
That's the only thing I wanted. And they were out.
You're like a 5-year-old at the grocery store.
Fuck me. Fuck me. I don't know if I'm gonna vote this year, honestly, because it's rigged anyway. They already know.
Bought a sticker.
They already know I'm not gonna buy it. They have to give me one. I did my duty. Give me a sticker. That's the fuck. Every fucking commercial said get your fucking sticker, and I didn't get shit. So
why
fuck.
didn't you get the sticker?
That's what happens when you let 18-year-olds vote but not smoke cigarettes. So fuck y'all.
What? Wait, you were 18 at the time. I forgot. Why didn't you get the sticker?
They didn't have any. They didn't have any
stickers. Were they
and
just
they didn't
out?
give a fuck. They were out and didn't refill them because no one else cared, and that's all I wanted. Jesus, the only thing I wanted.
Should have went early.
I thought it was early.
Huh?
I thought it was early. I didn't know it was gonna be 2. I was gonna be waiting for 2 hours. I was like, what the fuck? God,
it's cool because in my my apartment, the leasing center, they have voter polls.
And then
so
guess
I could
what?
just go down there.
And then guess what? Like 5 months after I voted, I get a fucking piece of mail in my fucking mailbox that says jury duty. I'm like, what the fuck? How did they know?
I remember that.
I moved so much. How the fuck do they know where I am, bruh? And mom was like, did you vote? And I was like, well, clearly I voted. You drove me there. But anyway, what the fuck does that have to do with this shit? And they're like, well, they just know where I am. And they just summoned me to do, fuck you. I didn't have to go.
How'd that go? I'm interested. I've never been hit with jury duty before. How's that? I've never voted either. So
it was just a summons. It said call this number the day of or the day before. So I called it, and they're like, "You're released from your duty. It didn't go to trial or whatever. We don't need you." But if I had to go, I would have told them like, "I don't think y'all want me here. I'm not responsible enough to be making any kind of decisions on anyone's behalf."
Well, I'm not a good person for that anyway, because like the whole idea is that in order to find somebody guilty, you have to find them without reasonable doubt or whatever, and I feel like I could always doubt.
I could always
doubt. I could always doubt.
I could doubt.
You know what I mean? Like I could always doubt. I don't know. I don't believe in anything full-heartedly. I'm also
like easily swayed. So like one lawyer is gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I believe this guy," and the other lawyer is gonna come up and be like, "But I believe this guy too." Damn.
The thing is just I've just been bullshitted so much in my life that I'm just like, this is probably bullshit. Anytime somebody opens their mouth, I'm like, this is probably bullshit. Like,
honestly, a lot of it is bullshit. You know what's bullshit? People who
What?
spend $44 on food in a restaurant and then tip $2. First of all, your food came out picture perfect. It was
What
4
if
of them.
you sucked? What if you sucked
I
though?
didn't. I didn't. There was 4 of them. They all wanted waters. They all got their waters. It was the same check. I had to help cook their food too, and it came out fast and it came out picture perfect. You know, I've been there almost fucking 4 years, bro. I got it down. Brought them all their food at the same time. All their drinks are full. They're having a great time laughing. You know, I'm cracking jokes. $2? $2? Really? Wow. Fuck y'all. That's what I get. That's what I get.
That is what you get, if I'm being honest with you. I have a weird opinion on it. Like, I think you shouldn't go out to eat, like at a sit down place, a place that has servers, you know what I mean? Like, without the ability to tip. But I also don't feel like waiters and waitresses have a right to be like, you have to tip, blah, blah, blah. Like,
I would
no, I
never
don't.
say. Well, right. I would never say that. I would never
A lot of people
tell
do.
people that. I would never tell them that. Anything I say, I would either just say to myself or say to my coworkers, like once they've left the building, and I wouldn't even treat them differently. That's the thing. My service is the same whether you're a billionaire or whether you're a fucking, hooker. Like you're getting the same service out of me. So
Right.
tip or no tip, my service is gonna be good. But I can still be mad about it.
I think servers need to realize that that's just a gamble of a job.
Well, pretty much. But I can still be mad about it. But
I don't think so. I think that's the job you chose. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing with like I DoorDash. You know what I mean? It's a gamble of a job. You know.
Well, I mean, I'm
I kind
obviously
of know up
gonna
front.
deliver it.
You know, but some days are good days and some days are bad days, and that's just the job. I can't be mad that nobody's tipping. You know, like that's just that. Well, for whatever reason, it's the end of the month. You know what I mean?
Well, I tip.
The week before rent, you know, is a slow week. You know what I mean? Because everybody's got rent to pay. You know, I know that. You know?
Exactly. Everybody's got rent to pay, so you got money for food, but you don't have money to tip your server who's at work trying to make
that is weird. Like, why are you going out if you're not gonna like if you can't afford it? You know what I mean? Like, if you're trying to save for rent, why are you going out?
That's the whole point. You know, like I get the argument. It's not even you have to tip a lot. Like you just, like you could tip something, but I don't know, man. Like you said,
Not that, but like, is $6 really gonna break you? Like, you or the customer, both of y'all.
It might break me. It might break my fucking kneecaps if you need me to grab this hot sauce and this fork and this butter and this syrup and this is wrong and can I get this remade and here's your $2. Thank you. I just hyperextended my knee and cussed out all my cooks.
This is why you need to become like a YouTuber.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Some of these people in here like be getting on my nerve. I don't know how I hold it in. The other day, one of my coworkers said that she got a glimpse of Patricia, which is apparently like my alter ego that everybody just ran with. I made a joke because when people are like, wow, I've never seen Liberty act like that because I don't get out of pocket and I don't come out of character a lot. There's only a few instances that I do. And if you ever seen that movie Split, where he was like, that's not me, that was Patricia. So I started saying that when people were like, I've never seen you act like that. I was like, oh, it's not me, it's Patricia. So it's like a running joke. And one of my cooks said something about, oh, I caught a glimpse of Patricia the other day. And I was like, no, you didn't. Because I didn't even let Patricia out that day, bro. That was just me.
You're like, no, yeah, that was just me.
No, that was not. Because I literally told my coworkers, like, we could take it outside. You want to go outside? We can take it outside. They don't. But I've told people, don't tell people where I work, bro. You can get sued. Well, I don't think I'll get in trouble unless I'm like wearing their uniform or anything.
It's me saying shit. It's not you.
Right.
Not only that, but we're both under fake names, so fuck them.
Exactly. That too, honestly. But yeah, I've had.
I think we should call it, huh? Been about an hour.
Has it? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
My Law and
Glad
Order
we finally did it, though.
Yeah. It'll probably get better when we got, more stuff to talk about.
It'd probably get better if we talk about stuff that we didn't already talk about. You know what I mean?
That's true.
You
Yeah.
save some stuff for the today or the show. As long as you don't talk shit about your former employer, you are good. What about the current one? And why does it matter if it's your former employer? I talk shit on my former employers all the time.
Right. Fuck them.
Yeah, like for now on, whenever you got something to say, unless it's like super pressing, we should save it for the show, and then it'll be more reactive, more interesting. I think.
Sounds good. Yeah. Sounds interesting.
But I had fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Anything going on coming up this week? You doing anything?
No, nothing much. Just working, hanging out at the house.
You're so boring.
I know. I'm just perfectly content with sitting in my house smoking weed. God forbid.
You know what's funny is because Joe, ironically enough, in the comments, he's always telling me how much of like an agoraphobe I am. And I'm like,
You ain't seen nothing yet.
like it's all of us, really.
I don't even
Everyone
have a
doesn't like
fucking.
that.
I'm turning 22 this year. I don't even have a fucking driver's license, bro. I don't drive. Who
I'm the
drives?
only one in the family that has a driver's license.
I
You
got
know
a
that,
fucking.
right?
I got a boyfriend who can fucking drive me around. The fuck do I need to fucking. Fuck that shit. That shit's
You're Miss Daisy.
That shit's dead ass driving Miss Daisy. I'm scared, bro. These cars is fucking crazy.
Nah. I almost got run off the road 2 or 3 days. Well, I did get run off of the road 2-3 days ago.
Were you okay?
I was fine. Like I'm trying to pass, and because this motherfucker, there's only 2 lanes, and he's just being slow as fuck. And so I'm trying to so I get over and I'm trying to pass, and they just decide that they just want in my lane now, right when I'm parallel with them. They didn't even look, they just got it, and I'm just like, oh, and I had to pull over to the shoulder. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, and then I just went back to work. You know what I mean? Like shit like that happens so much, that I just don't even I don't even let it ruin my day. That was first thing. This is 8:00 in the morning too.
I'd have screamed, bro. I'd have lost it. I can't.
It's not lazy, Joe. We get our shit done. We just don't like all that other dumb shit. Like, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of money to go outside. It's not lazy. Get the fuck out of here. You say that because you got money. Go fuck yourself.
I wouldn't even consider it laziness. Like when we start unleashing some of the crazy shit that happened to us in our past, you realize we're all a little bit traumatized and we're trying to recover right now. Okay, because you, like I said, you ain't seen.
That's not what I was saying, but okay.
You ain't seen nothing yet. I've been in recovery. Okay, last time I saw my mom was when she kicked me the fuck out, bro. Kicked me the fuck out and left me on my ass down here. Bye. All right, bye. Fuck y'all. Do it on my own. That's the other thing. We ain't got no connections. We all out here on our own. We ain't got no family. We just out here living, working.
I got connections.
Ain't got no generational wealth or nothing. Don't even got a dad, bruh. Don't even got a dad. Ain't got shit.
How we got different dads? How do we have different dads and neither one of them talk to us? That's the funny part.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
We got 2 dads between you and me. Don't know anything about either one of them.
Damn, man. And for a long time, I didn't get my driver's license because I had to buy a new pair of glasses. I couldn't see, and glasses are fucking expensive too, like $300.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Finally got them. So now
I got these for $5 at Dollar Tree.
You don't need them to see.
Yeah, I do. When it's sunny outside.
God, you know how fucking irritable it is that your eyes don't work? What the fuck do I got eyes for then? They don't work.
You know what else is weird? Is that teeth and eyes and ears are luxury items in America. You can get regular insurance, but you have to get insurance for all the other things.
He said your country needs you.
The country does not need me. If my country needs me, the country fucked up. Like,
the country does not need me.
Go to Zenni Optical Online. I've heard of that. Yeah, check that out. Jimmy?
Yeah.
Zenni Optical Online. It's like $20.
He had laser
Joey
surgery.
said he had laser surgery. You should look into laser surgery.
How much How much was the laser surgery though?
Probably the same price as the glasses.
I don't know. It's a little invasive.
That's what I thought. I was like, I don't know about all that because my eyes are starting to go too.
I don't know if I trust someone that close to my eye with like a scalpel. I don't know.
A laser. It's not a scalpel. It's a laser. They just beam you. You beam your eyes.
Oh,
But
okay.
still, it's a laser. I'm like, I've seen Star Wars.
Mm-mm. All right. Well, this was fun. Catch up with you next week.
Yeah. We'll have to get a different time because I'm doing the show with Jack next weekend, so we'll have to do either earlier or later in the day.
All right. That's cool.
So we'll just come up with a better time.
All right.
Peace.
Peace out. Catch you later.
Laser, like you sit in a chair and it looks like a laser show, then you fall asleep and make with perfect vision. Oh, okay.
That sounds pretty
Well,
cool.
later, Joey. We'll catch you later. I'll ask you more
Bye.
about that. Peace out.